Good morning, the COT data video for the week beginning the 2nd of June 2025. The dollar is still stable, but it could go either way right now. Like Christian just said, he sends this document to me on a weekly basis, and he said it could go, it's a bit 50-50, could go either way. It's hard to say what the dollar is going to do. We're just very, very sideways. We may surge up higher. It will probably depend on risk appetite. That's what it might be. It might just be waiting for risk off scenario, and then we could probably see some bids on the dollar from the non-coms, the banks, institutions, the whales. So they're probably just waiting to see how things unfold. This may be decided by risk on or risk off. So if we go risk off, we can pump on the dollar. If we continue to be risk on, we could probably fall, and we just be really interesting if we go below the zero line. And we've held that zero for a long, long time. It's 2023. So yeah, basically just gone sideways. We've consolidated for a while. We'll just have to wait and see how we go. That Trump does want a lower dollar, and he's going to probably try and pressure Powell into cutting rates. If so, the dollar could probably fall. The thing is with Trump, he can use FX as a leverage tool. So if he doesn't get his tariffs how he wants them, we can see a weaker dollar, and then that will empower the purchasing power of the dollar. So a weaker dollar is good for Trump because it means that there'll be more business coming into America. So we'll have to wait and see. So the fundamentals going on right now. The euro has ticked up higher, 74,000 to 79,000. So of the two, it's stronger, but we'll have to wait and see, I think. Let's have a look at yen. Now, this is the first time I've seen this, so we can go through this together. The yen's having a breather, but we've had a massive, massive move. Probably one of the largest moves we'll ever see on any currency. We were really bearish. We went like mega bullish. 176, 164. So even though it's had like a reduction, it's still strong. Okay, we've come off a long, long way. If it continues to fall and the euro continues to climb, we can get an EJ long. We can get a crossover of the two, but we've got a long distance to go. Euro off, Aussie on. I'll just chop in. This is obviously to do with risk appetite as well and the China tariffs. Lots of noise coming up from Trump on Friday saying how China were being naughty, and this Trump's no longer be Mr. Nice Guy. So it's quite a threatening kind of language. So it's going to impact the Australian dollar. We may fall on that. We may be breaking these lows, but we're currently just chopping really hard. Okay. Aussie off. Pound on. Pound's probably going to be, it's looking okay, isn't it? We've got those supports, that triple bottom, and we're more bullish than the week prior. Yeah, so we've actually ticked up quite a bit, 23,000 to 35,000. Likewise, if the yen does fall from here and the pound continues to climb, we'll have the GJ long, okay? So we'll have to wait and see for that. It's a long distance away. It's going to take weeks and weeks for that to happen. CAD. Now, I've got a bearish bias in this. Let's see how they've done. Oh, he just went slightly sideways, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, we just really went sideways. It stopped in its tracks, and we'll have to wait and see. We'll just have to see for the next COT data next Friday what happens with the CAD. But ideally, if you've got a bearish bias on this, like I had, I've closed all my trades last week, but I had a bearish CAD-like view, and I would have liked to have seen this to continue to go lower, but it's just gone sideways. I closed all my trades because I made 8% on my account, so that's a decent enough haul for a week, and it offsets the losses that I've had in the last couple of weeks. So that's the reason for closing the trades. If you can try and get like a global profit and loss on your account, it's quite a good idea. If you're down 2%, you could just exit. If you're up 2%, it's not bad. It's quite good. 2% return is nice. And so you can just look at it that way. You don't look at individual profit and loss on your currency pairs or indices, whatever you're trading. You're looking for a global profit and loss. If you've hit 10% in a week, that's fantastic. You just walk away and then you go and do something else and, enjoy the sunshine. Go out for a walk. Gold. Gold's ticking up higher, so that's quite bullish. Yeah, I can't show you the data because the yen's in the way, but we can see that we've moved up higher from the week prior. Probably could be bad for bears, but we'll have to wait and see. Because we're already positive and more positive than the week prior. New Zealand dollar, probably sideways, I'd imagine. It's going to be chopping, isn't it? Yeah, we're just back, just chopping, just sideways. And likewise, I can't show you the data because the date's in the way, but we can see we've just gone slightly more negative than the week prior. And we'll look at the Swiss franc. And there we go. Also, off note, before we wrap up this video, remember we've got a thing called the COT index charts as well. You may not be aware of this, but you can see we're looking for crossovers, and then there's your setups. Okay, for example, the Aussie USD could be a bit tricky to trade because although we had that divergence, we're sort of moving in parallel now. There was the setup there, but now you haven't really got a trade. You want to see continuation on that divergence. Pound USD could be one because see how we're ticking up higher, but likewise the dollar is just going sideways. So maybe just be careful. I think there's a setup, for example. There was your setup all that time ago, where you're looking to sell NJ because the yen is stronger of the two. Lots of chop on AJ. Probably want to avoid that one. And there's your setup there on GJ. And then you just scroll down and you've got loads of things. It's really useful, very powerful. And don't forget, this document is free for anyone who's on the Discord. So it's a good incentive to sign up. And if you want to get the sheet, then you just have to go to your premium tier at patreon.com. And I think it's a bargain. You get lots of good data. And it's reliable and powerful as well. So I hope you have a good week. I'll be around if you need me. I'm probably going to do the same as I did last week. I've hit a certain threshold and profit. I'm just going to be out on the week. If I'm down, then I'll probably just have a day off, then come back, and that's what I'm going to do. And then look at it sort of scientifically. If you've hit a certain 5% or whatever your target is for the week, you'll need to decide, hit it, and then walk away, because these markets are very prone for reversing, and then you can be up quite a bit, and then 2 hours you can come down to your break even, and it's a bit depressing, to be honest with you. So have a target in mind for loss and then profit, and then just walk away. That's it. I'll speak to you guys soon.